Shit. All right, bro, you ready?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Raw Nation, to another installment of Raw Review, where you get a better insight of these king and queens behind the scene. I'm your host, Cheno Royal, baby. I'm here with, what's your name, sir?
Miguel Guzman.
Mr. Miguel. How you doing, man?
Doing good, brother.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the day been for you?
It's been good, man.
Yeah.
I just got a good workout in.
Okay.
Go and try and help people out and get to talk to you.
What's a normal day like for you? Is that like normal? You just wake up and you're like, hey, man, pump that iron.
Yeah, man. I get up and I gotta go. I gotta get moving. I was talking to my buddy today about if I get the day started, with a lot of momentum, getting into the gym or doing something productive,
Right.
it continues that way,
Right.
And if I start the day, just like kind of slow and easy, then I don't get a whole lot done.
Do you have like something weird in your routine? Like for me, like it might be like I have a particular song that I have to listen to. If I don't listen to it, I'm like, no, the day's over.
No, man, I not really, man, because I get up at 5 a.m, so it's like just struggling to get up and get out of bed and get to the gym.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. We all know that. But we all know why we're here. Just elaborate a little bit more on who Miguel is and just everything that you do, man.
Yeah, so I'm a realtor here in Fort Wayne. I got into that because I was unhappy with where I was at. I was working in a warehouse. And
warehouse.
Yeah. Where we met, man. I like that one though. But the other one, it was just, it's not what I wanted to do. It wasn't, I wasn't passionate about it. It paid the bills. I'm grateful for it. Yeah. But I became desperate. I was like unhappy, and it's like something's got to change. So got into real estate, and within a year, I'm doing it full time. Don't got to go back to that warehouse no more.
Nice.
I get to make my own schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot more, man. I had a dark past that I've shared with you before a little bit. Getting into the drinking and drugs, partying, that lifestyle, and it's been 5 years now, and it's just been going. Life's been getting better every day since.
That's beautiful, man. Now, we got to get into a little bit more about real estate. We'll get into all that stuff because you made it sound like this is going to be a big, but he's like, I got the book right here. Yeah. But before we get into that big book right there, how's real estate? Is it something that you definitely recommend? Is it like walk us through like the work that you have to put through on a daily basis when it comes to real estate?
Well, it's not something I'd recommend to just anybody.
Okay.
It takes a certain type of person to be able to, start with nothing. There's some people that start, they got a clientele base already when they start. I didn't have that.
Right.
So I had to, promote myself, passing up my cards, talking to every single person. And it takes a lot. Number one, you got to be able to talk to strangers.
Right.
And it might be uncomfortable at first, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. Number two, you got to stay motivated. You got to manage your time, and not allow yourself to get distracted with, all the little things, and it can be hard when you don't got anything going on. There's like right now for me, granted it's winter time, it's a slow season. I don't have any deals under contract, nothing, but that's not stopping me from, continuing to put in the effort, the time and energy.
Would you say that, because I've noticed that too, like whether you're at like a 9 to 5 or like you're doing like a hobby or something, like would you say it's more hard to focus and like get goals done like when you actually have that much downtime, or would you say it's harder when like there's so much going on is chaotic.
I mean, I don't think it depends on, what you have going on. I think it depends on, like I told you, how you start your day.
Okay.
It's just discipline. Um, you got to make time for these things that continue to build your business. Like for me, and I'm learning. I'm only a year and a half in,
Right.
and so I went through my first period of like, chaos. Good chaos.
Right.
Busy and crazy, but during that time, I wasn't doing the little things to continue building. So that way, maybe right now I would still have something going on. But I mean, like I said, the other thing is you got to be able to learn from everything, and that's what I did. I'm like, okay, now I know. Next time that comes around, I gotta continue calling, doing cold calls, calling for sale by owners, continue sending out handwritten notes, continue doing all the stuff that grows my business.
Right.
So I mean, I got to be able to do that when I don't have anything, when I have all the time in the world, or when I have very little time. I still got to make time for those things.
Now, do you like? Is it a struggle like between doing something like that and family life, or like how would you elaborate on that?
Well, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, we did. We did.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely is, and I'm reading a book right now, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Okay.
And it talks about, it's kind of a counterbalance, and I mean, even the thing that I like about the team that I'm on is they bring in, investors and other people that we can learn from. And I'll never forget, this one guy that came in, wealthy, successful businessman. I asked him, because I was struggling at the time with the balance, and I asked him, like, how do you balance, time with your family when you have all this, success and business that you got to
Right.
take care of? And he said it's a teeter-totter.
Yeah.
And I just gotta hope that the family understands. But when I am busy and I don't have a lot of time there at home, I have to make use of that time.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta turn the phone off. Get rid of the
When you're there, you're there.
get rid of the Apple
Yeah.
Watch, because if not, man, I can get distracted. Because I want to answer the phone anytime that somebody calls. I want to be there for my clients, but at the same time, I gotta be there for my family too.
That's a funny visual. Like, sorry, like, I was just envisioning you just being like, all right, done with this Apple Watch forever, and then like a drawer full of new ones, and you're just like, yeah, Apple Watch for Wednesday. Here we.
You got to, man. No, I got to take that thing off, because if not, I mean, my daughter's 11 months old. You got
Right.
but
Brand new. He's a year, but he's going on 2. Yeah.
Oh, 2.
Don't flame me. Like she's
Yeah.
probably gonna flame me. She's probably yelling at me right now.
It's all right.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, man.
No, bro, it's
sorry I
okay.
asked.
You put me on the spot. Hey, you put me on the spot. But nah, he's probably like 13 to 15 months.
Yeah, I mean, and so and I know you're doing your thing. You're out there hustling, doing these. Same thing for me. But I mean, my daughter being 11 months, there's sometimes I sit there and I look at her while she's playing or doing whatever, and I'm like, man, she's never gonna be this old again.
Right.
You got to take those moments in, and
Yeah.
it's learning. It's both of our first, or it's my first. I'm sorry. My first time going through that.
Yeah.
Going through, having a business, and at the same time trying to raise, be a good father, a good husband.
I think it's just more of like I do agree. I think that as we get older, like certain like sayings from like older, like wiser individuals, they will say something to us in a moment, and our ears are just not ready to receive it. So then when we hear it, we're like, man, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds like what? Like just like life's a teeter-totter, and time with your family is a teeter-totter. It's like that would be something that you'd be like, there's no way. It's either you're there or you're not.
Yeah.
But then like as you start getting older and like you're going through
it.
these certain situations
that
steer you into like, all right, maybe you shoehorn you in to be like, all right, well, that kind of makes sense because there's no other way to describe it.
Everything. I mean, all the majority of things that I was taught as a kid are starting to
Yeah.
make sense now. There's some things that our parents were born in a different generation,
Right.
were raised differently. Like the one thing for me that I don't have to believe, but it was something that I was taught as a kid, so I have to unlearn, or I had to unlearn it, is that that we weren't born rich, so I have to work forever. No, I don't. I mean, I learned that I can invest my time into my business, which will then allow me to invest my money into another business, which allows me to have more time, more freedom, and not have to put in those 40 hours every week.
For sure.
I'm getting closer, with the job that I have right now. It's like I said, I was in that warehouse, waking up at 2 a.m, going in for 10, 12 hours a day in negative 30 degrees, and I hated that. And now today, I wake up at 5, hit the gym, go to sleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I, I enjoy doing that, so it's like, I don't even know where I was going with that.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves
But I mean, what I was saying is, I don't have to do that, the same thing that my parents did. I can do something different, and enjoy my life different from the way they enjoyed theirs. I can have more time with my family, like I was saying, there's certain things that from my childhood that I was taught that, they're true, and I learn them as I go through them. But there's other things that, I can learn a different way, and learn a better way.
And that's kind of like even choose one that we were talking about, like all things. There's always room for growth.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a point to where like you're gonna know everything or have everything down pat or everything's gonna be perfect. Like, you're always gonna be that makes you you. And with that being said, what's something that you could say advice-wise or impart some wisdom on people that just feel stuck where they're at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because everybody, obviously, that first step is the hardest step.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of scenarios. So, what's some wisdom you would say besides just take that step? Besides just jump off the ledge, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, in my office, they had a saying before I went full time in real estate. They said, "Burn the boats." Burn every other option that you got. Burn it, and focus on something that on where you want to be, and just do that. That was the talk when I was making the transition from part-time real estate to full-time real estate, and it wasn't. I mean, they gave me a lot of credit because they thought that's just what happened. But I got the biggest thing for me, I suppose, is trust God and focus on doing the next right thing. When you do that, everything else falls into place. And I mean, maybe it's maybe you're always where you are meant to be at that time, but maybe you put things into God's hands and He takes you somewhere else. Just by surrendering and giving up control. That's the other thing too. Is I had to realize that I don't have control of a whole lot. I have very little control. The only thing that I have control of is my next move. So what do I choose to do with that? Just focus on doing the next right thing to get me to whatever goal it is that wherever I want to go. I mean, there's a lot of things, but really what it came down to for me was, like I said, I was just desperate. I was miserable at my job, and that hurts. I was suffering. I had to go through enough suffering to get me to realize that there's another way. There's something else that I can do here. For me to open up my mind to the different things. I mean, it was the same thing for, like I was talking about with the addiction and the alcoholism. I had to go through enough suffering to realize that I don't have to die that way. I had to go through enough suffering to finally surrender give up control, to realize that, you know, I'm not a big shot. I'm not God. You know, I have hardly any. I can't control anybody or any situation. Um, I need help. You know, and to take action to go find that help. I mean, it's the same thing. That's what I love about real estate and being an entrepreneur, is because a lot of the principles that I learned from my past, like my previous life, or from, you know, going from my previous life to now, I get to apply them in my business. And I mean, so far I've been blessed, man. And
I was gonna say, business is probably the majority of it is just customer service, bro.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
everything.
right.
And I get it. You know, you might be the most antisocial person in the world. You know, maybe you don't like talking, but it's inevitable. Like there's no way you can get around it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason babies are babies for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, like, and we have to show them how to communicate. But the more you hone in on them skills and you sharpen them,
Yeah.
you get better. Like you'll start seeing life in a totally different world. And whether it's me doing this or me doing, you know, the delivery or logistics, noticing that and like seeing the smiles on people's faces that we're talking about. That's the thing.
Right. And something you said, I mean, the beauty of that is you don't got to do it alone, you know, because there's, I mean, one of the things that, you know, my parents told me that is true is who you surround yourself with is who you become. And I didn't believe that. I didn't believe that for the longest time. But I mean, now, I mean, those people that I surrounded myself with before are not in my life anymore. And my life is just taken off. And now I choose to surround myself with people that are like-minded, you know, ambitious, and, you know, hungry to learn and to continue growing. And it continues to just keep on getting better, and we win together. That's the other nice thing, is like, you know, when somebody in my office wins, we all win, and we feed off of that energy, and we motivate each other. And I mean, it's just your atmosphere, your environment is a big factor to what could be holding you back or what could be pushing you forward.
All right, man. So with 2025 like right around the corner, like, did you have any big plans like coming up? Before we get into our last question, I just wanted to ask this, but obviously 2024 is wrapping up very quickly, and man, you can see it. It's like on the horizon right there, 2025. So did you have any plans, any big goals that you already seeing? Like, what's it looking like?
Yeah, definitely doubling my business. You know, this year was, in the beginning of the year, somebody asked me how many houses I planned on selling.
Right.
I said 10.
Okay.
Now looking back, I sold 22.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, just setting appropriate goals for myself, shooting high, so that way, you know, I might not hit the mark, but, you know, at least I know I was challenging myself.
Right.
You know, I've been told, you know, if you set a goal for yourself and you hit it, it wasn't high enough. You gotta try harder.
Hey, you set the bar already, so that means that what, next year shoot for like 22?
40.
40?
I did 20. I did 22 this year.
Okay.
Initially I thought I was gonna do 10, and I did 22. So next year at least 40.
Okay. You could do that. I was just thinking like if you raise the bar, let's say you do 40, like being like, all right, so 40 is the bar now. Like, how can I break the bar?
Yeah.
That would be what I would think. But if you're like already like, bro, no, we go for the stars.
Yeah.
We're not going for the atmosphere. We're going for the stars.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know,
Hey.
That's the beauty of what I do, is like, you know, it's funny. The company I work for is called Limitless.
Yeah.
It's the truth. There is no limit to what you can do.
True.
You know. So
that's a big shout out right there. He's like, big promo.
Yeah. I mean, they changed everything for me. You know, they instilled the mindset in me that I have today, the drive, because I wasn't with them when I first started, and nothing against them, but it just, that environment was not, you know, what I needed being a brand new entrepreneur.
Right.
You know, so now that I switched, and they're all, you know, everybody, like I said, everybody's ambitious, everybody's hungry, everybody's pushing each other, motivating each other. I see that the sky is the limit.
That's definitely a good environment to be in too.
Yeah.
What I would recommend for people, like, watch who you keep, watch the company you keep, And but yeah, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you for sliding on out, bro, doing your thing.
You got it, man.
And you know, this is my brother right here. He didn't want to say it up front, which I understand it. He's just like, look, big businessman over there. He's just like, we'll keep that on the DL.
No, it's in Sweetwater, man.
Yeah, bro. Like they don't know. But maybe on the check-in when I have you back on for the next episode.
Yeah.
It might be sooner than later, bro.
I'll be ready.
Yeah, when you sell those 40 houses in 2 months, I'll have you back on.
Yeah.
But I got one more question before you get up out of here. Just keep ruling and rocking. Where do you see all this stuff going in the next couple of years? Like, what's the overall end game? Which you kind of alluded to already, but I want to go a little bit more into depth. What's the overall end game of Mr. Miguel?
By 45, so in about 15 years, you know, working because I want to work, not working because I have to.
Yeah.
By that time, I want to have enough investments in real estate to where, you know, I can do it part-time and have more time with the family, you know. But like I said, that teeter-totter, I'm putting in a lot of time right now, so that way, you know, sooner rather than later, I can enjoy the fruits of my labor and have that time with my family.
Of course. That is the dream, isn't it?
Yeah. It's there's another saying in the office, suffer now or suffer later.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that time in now so that way I can enjoy later on, you know.
Because, I mean, suffering now doesn't seem that bad when you, like, look at it, like, when you're old.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, and for those that, you know, maybe are past their prime or whatever, you know, it's never too late, you know. I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it talks about Colonel Sanders. He didn't make his first million until he was 65.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
You know, so that's something that you know. Granted, I plan on doing it before 65, but you know, it just goes to show that it's never too late. You know?
You can always do it.
Yeah.
Motivational speaker right here, man. You see him at your nearest school. Be like, get in the assembly with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, that's Miguel right there, bro. Hey, bro, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
as always,
you
know we love you on this side. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
But hey, go ahead, shout out any place we can find you. It will be down in the description, so you can find this man. But shout out any place we can find you.
Facebook, Instagram, but the two main ones, you know, I would try and focus on social media.
Right.
Limitless Group. On Facebook, you can find me Miguel Angel Guzman II.
Okay.
Instagram, Gil Gibson 5. Or Miguel Guzman, Fort Wayne Realtor. But yeah, Limitless Group. You know, that's where I'm.
Right.
That's my headquarters.
Cool.
You'll find me there.
Is there a website for Limitless that they can go on?
Yeah, My Limitless Agent.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find them on there. I should have a page. I think I have a page.
Yeah. You better have a page. Selling all these houses.
I just don't. I don't know it off the top of my head. Like I said, I focus more on, you know, the social media part because it's where, you know, I can have more of an impact there than, you know, on promoting my page.
Of course.
Yeah.
But hey, man, appreciate you as always.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
But hey, make sure you check in this man because he's doing a lot of big things around here, selling all these houses. Maybe even this new crib that
I'll be around. I'll be around.
You'll be around.
You'll know my name.
Oh yeah, billboards, baby, billboards.
No, I'm kidding. Like I said, I just try and, you know, be of service where I can. You know,
of course.
The egos, I got to work on that, man.
You got to keep it down, keep it all the way down.
Yeah.
But hey, man, like I said, I appreciate you. But until next time, y'all stay royal out there. Peace.
Hey, yo, I definitely appreciate y'all for checking out this here video. Make sure you go ahead and check out any of the new and old content that is right above me. And make sure y'all stay royal out there. Peace.